Baha'u'llah, how about Shem Shai Bahashim Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, peace, blessing, mercy, and salutation to all the brothers out there teaching the truth and sincerity. In the name of Yahweh Bahashim Shai. So let's see. It's Jeremiah 51 and 37. And it's lucky about the gun. And it's talking about the wilderness of it's going to be the leftover situation of Babylon, because Babylon is straight up going to be devoured by fire. So it makes sense. And I don't know why, man. I don't know why, but the phone, I don't have it on that setting. I changed it yesterday. You know, it's timing out and it's going to a blank screen. Look at that shit. Well, I didn't plan that, and that's the second time that's happened to me. So, but I'm gonna keep going because the scriptures need to get pushed out. Pull over real quick right here. All right. So now we're back on track. I see, and something's going on with my phone because that's what I did yesterday. I changed it. Changed the setting. And then it just went back to it. And then Esau keeps messing with my subscription. He's not taking my subscriptions away. He's unsubscribing brothers from my page. I mean, which is alright. I mean, you gotta do what you gotta do. But you're only motivating me more. It's like when you don't want someone to find out the truth, you hide it from them. Well, you're not gonna get your way. I'm gonna make sure that I do what I gotta do. And this goes along with what the brother said from South Carolina. You know, what did you expect? It's a fight, even though it's a spiritual fight. It kind of is a nuisance, but you know, we gotta persevere. So everything happens for a reason. You know, I'm gonna read this real quick. Jeremiah 51 and 37. And Babylon shall become heaps, a dwelling place for dragons, and astonishment, and hissing without an inhabitant. So nothing's gonna be left here. Nothing's gonna be growing. In other words, you know how if you take a machine and you rototill the ground, you're basically destroying all of the herbs and everything that could possibly grow off the ground. But if it rains, you know, sometimes it'll come back. But this time it's going to rain fire. So it's going to burn everything up to the roots. everything's gonna get burned up. The only thing that's gonna remain is the tectonic plates. They're gonna melt. Everything's gonna melt, because that's what the scripture says too. Melt with fervent heat. With fervent heat. Man, that sounds bad. That sounds pretty hot. Intense even. But that's just how it's got to go down. Because there's going to be missiles coming from all the countries that hate Babylon. And if we name them right now, we'll have more than a handful. So there's Russia, China, South Africa, Brazil, and that's from the BRICS nation. India. What else? Who else? That's just a handful. And those are the ones that you do know that form the BRICS nations. And then if you take into consideration all the other countries, even the ones that are allied with the United States, like the UN, members of the UN, they have missiles too, but they're going to turn them on, like the scripture said, and they're going to turn them on Babylon. So it's going to be nothing but nuclear devastation. So the United States got missiles for all their enemies, and then China's got missiles, Russia's got missiles, India, Brazil's real close too, and there's a bunch of I don't know, other nations that hate them, and like in Africa but I don't know if they got missiles, so we're not going to mention them. But we do know that these other BRICS nations got missiles, and the UN. And the United States hates, the United States. Well, yeah, the United States hates Europe, but Europeans hate the United States citizens. They hate Americans. That's just part of the deal. So all these missiles are going to be launched, and then there's nuclear missiles inside satellites that North Korea. Let's not forget about North Korea. North Korea's got a bunch of them shits. Man, I think I'm missing. I need to get familiar with the countries that have nuclear weapons. But there's the satellites, that have nuclear weapons too. What else? Oh, and there's the constant. What's it called? Concentrated fire. I forget what it's called. But they have they can start a fire from a laser beam from outer space orbit. So that's devastating. Man, that's a bunch of fire. And that's all gonna happen along with the Chariot's laser beams. Don't get that twisted. The Chariot's got laser beams too. It's gonna be devastating. So with that, I'm gonna say shalom.